Hello, folks. It's Mitch with Triple Double Sports Cards. Hopefully, you've seen my previous video. This is the second one, and we're going to be reviewing a submission that I'm sending to PSA. I sent my first one on the previous video. This is an opportunity for you to look at all the cards and kind of get your own idea of maybe what some of the grades we're going to get. There are 43 cards that I'm submitting here, and the offer for the quarterly PSA, I'll call it hot deal, is Grade the GOAT, which is Michael Jordan. And again, minimum 25 submissions, a maximum value of $499. So we're going to fly through these fairly quickly, and I'll be curious what your opinion is of some of the grades we might get here. So this is the first series are 1988. This is the Fleer All-Star card. I got probably about, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these. So again, we'll go fairly quickly through this. You can kind of see the centering all of these guys. And it's the middle of May, so you probably have heard that because of The Last Dance, a lot of these cards, basketball specifically and anything Bulls related, have jumped up a lot. And of course, a lot of hype around Michael Jordan. And actually, I think the series ends tonight, number 9 and 10. Again, this is the Fleer Michael Jordan All-Star card, and the submission is for Grade the GOAT for PSA Sports Card. I'm a recent platinum member. Again, I'm Mitch, and our company's called Triple Double Sports Cards. Obviously, a basketball reference. That's my passion. I think we've got just a few more of these All-Star cards here. Hopefully you're checking out the centering and getting a bit of an opinion. You can see on this one, top to bottom good, left to right not so much. That's kind of the case for some of these 88s. This one looks very good left to right, not perfect, and then top to bottom not quite as good. All right, stickers. You guys know how hard these 1988 stickers are in terms of getting them centered perfectly. It's that top to bottom issue. Super rare with any of these cards, and this is no exception. I think I got 5 or 6 of these stickers that I'm submitting under Grade the GOAT. This one's a little bit better. Not perfect, though, by any means. I think this one's even better, actually. They're really hard to get. I don't know if you've spent time looking at these through the, I'll call it PSA archives, that shows pictures of, you know, the grades, 0 through 10. Very few 10s in this card. I can't remember what this card's worth. I want to say it's like for a 10, $2 grand or something. This one's not bad, especially because it's hard to get the bottom to even out a little bit. It's usually the skinnier part of the centering, if you will. So, I've collected cards for a long time, since the early 80s. Again, it's Mitch and my company called Triple Double Sports Cards. This is the Grade the GOAT submission offer that they have in a quarterly special. That one's not too good, is it? No. I mean, left to right, it's great, but top to bottom, all the corners on these are really sharp. If you saw my last submission, one of the things you may have noticed is what looked like some surface issues, but that's more of the cardholder 1 that, based on the lighting that we were using at that particular time, it was showing the cardholder itself and not the card. The surfaces on this stuff is really good, and I did take the time to get rid of all the staining, if you will. So that part of the card should grade pretty well. All right, so now we're staying with 88, and we're going to go with the regular Michael Jordan card. I think these ones are pretty good in terms of centering. You'll see that one top to bottom is pretty good, left to right not quite so much. I've heard that on submissions you kind of do a sacrificial lamb, so that would have been it. But the rest of these, as you're going to see, or a majority of these, are centered pretty darn well. That one is close to perfect. So if we have 4 sharp corners, let's just look at the back. I haven't done that on any of these, but you know, they do check that out. So top to bottom, not so much left to right, but I know there's some leeway for getting a 10 on the backs. All right, Michael Jordan again, Grade the GOAT. That one's pretty well centered, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if I like the photo on this particular. I like the first one, the All-Star card. Of course, that's the one from Chicago Stadium when they had the All-Star game in '87, and he won the slam dunk. I think that was the one from the foul line where I think he beat Dominique with that one. That was pretty legendary. All right, pretty well centered. Whoops. I might want to fix that in the holder. Nonetheless, take that into context. That card's actually pretty darn good. We got a lot of these. I got some wax packs back in the day, and I'll get into the details of what I still have left in terms of wax for 88 at some point in the future. But a few of these came from sets, but most of them came from wax and went straight to a top loader, and then I put them in here for shipping. So we're probably, I don't know where we're at on this deal. What are we about? Oh, hey, look at that. My friends at Apple. I just love these guys. Actually, I'm not an Apple fan. I'm one of those rare folks. Apple's the greatest thing in the world. No, it's not. It's way overrated. It costs too much for what you get, furthermore. So there you go. Take that, all you Apple lovers. That one's way off center. It's probably gonna be an 8. The corners are really sharp on this, and the edges are too. And as you know, one of the things, and I'll point this out right now, use my finger here. Or actually, I'll have a little pen here. So this part over here, this edge along here, and this edge along here, those tend to get frayed pretty well, and so I know that that's an issue with how these grade out. I think I got just 2 more of these. And then we'll go into something a little bit earlier for Jordan. Yeah, it's a little off center. Left to right's good. Top to bottom, not so much. The key on some of this stuff is that if you have one or the other in pretty good shape, well, that one's good, isn't it? Oh, I like that one. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's fun to see where these come back. And by the way, I will have another video when these come back from the grading. We'll do a reveal on that. Oh, I need to square that up. I'm one of those guys that think if you have this sitting in the holder nicely, you might get a better grade. This one's so hard to tell from this video how good it is. And I don't know how they center these things. I don't know if they say because the blue side on the left there is thicker than I'll call it dotted red on the right. That means it's not centered, but top to bottom centered very nicely. These things, the edges on these things, because it's nothing but ink, not white, they tend to be a bit of a struggle. So that's the 87-88 sticker by Fleer. If you didn't know, we were into a bunch of 80. I think the 88 stuff, the reason it does so well is because there's 3 Jordans, not just 2. Got the All-Star, the sticker, and the regular card. And this one, there's just 2. And again, we're staying with the sticker. And I got 1 more of these guys. And then we'll go 3 of the 87 cards. I don't know how this is going to grade. I have no idea. All right, so here are the regular cards from 87-88 Fleer. Centering left to right is okay. Top to bottom, not so much. These are hard to get centered as well. Grade the GOAT PSA quarterly special. I want to say they're $10 a piece. Regularly, something like this would be $20. Maximum value $499. And again, I'm Mitch with triple double sports cards. We got about 10 more to go. Thanks for sticking with me. That one's pretty good, isn't it? Left to right, not perfect. Top to bottom, not perfect. But the edges are good on this. I know that's hard to tell. This card, as we go to 89-90 Fleer, the sticker, super hard to get a 10 in this. I'm not so sure from a centering standpoint. Take a good look at this. It isn't going to grade really well, and that's why I'm submitting it, because the sticker itself, unless it's a 10, isn't worth all that much, relatively speaking. Here's another one. Pretty good. I like this one. I also like the photo on this one. Who's that Knicks in the background? 21. Oh, that's a good trivia question. I should know that. All right. There's another photo from what looks like Chicago Stadium, and we stay with the 89-90. You know what's interesting about this card is the shadow that's on his, I guess it would be his right elbow just before he's ready to dunk there. Look at that weird black shadow. It's on all these cards. But if you look at the centering, it's pretty darn good. Arguably near perfect. Let's see what the back looks like on this. This one's kind of hard to tell because there's not much of a frame. Yeah, it would show that the top is a little bit bigger than the bottom, and that is the case when you look at it again, top being a little bit broader than the bottom, so not perfect. Let's see if we can find one that's perfect. This one might be better. That one is better. And when we look at the back, I think it's going to look pretty even. No, actually the top is thinner. That's weird. But the top is thinner, so maybe that one's not perfect. I don't know. We're going to find out, won't we? I think I got, what, 4 more of these guys. 8990 Fleer non-sticker. Maybe that one's perfect. Have I said that 8 times now? We'll find out. The big reveal. Unfortunately, it takes forever to get these back from PSA. Not complaining. I guess that's, what are they, like the soup Nazis? No cards for you if you complain. So I got to wait till September, October on this. Michael Jordan, 8990 Fleer. Is that his 4th year card? 86, 87, 88, 89. 4th year card. All right, uno más. See how this one looks. It's pretty good. Not perfect, maybe. I actually seen 10s that aren't centered perfect for this card. And I want to say these, are these fetching? How much are they fetching? I want to say like 500 or something. Maybe it's more. Again, it's middle of May 2020. That's it, folks. Thank you for your patience. Again, I'm Mitch. This is Triple Double Sports Card. This will be my Grade the GOAT submission to PSA, which is going on here in the next few days. Eager to get them back sometime before the end of the year. And then I'll have hopefully a website up by then. I might even have a logo. And we'll be putting these on eBay for auction or buy it now. I'm not sure how that'll work. And I'd love for you guys to give me your opinion about these cards. And looking forward to talking to you again on the next video. Again, Mitch, Triple Double Sports Cards. Thanks for joining.